Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello. Surprise. You weren't expecting me back this quick, were you? I think I've got enough to show you. So, I was having a little think about it, and we all know it gets dangerous when I go into thinking mode. But I was thinking, I'm going to give weekly a try for a few weeks. And we'll see how it goes. The main reason is when I was doing it fortnightly, I kind of had so much to show you and talked probably a little bit too much as well, that they were getting long, like really long. And while I love a long floss tube to settle down and get me stitching out, I just felt that they were getting a bit too long for what I wanted to do. I also, by the time I make them, edit, not that I do much editing, but put titles and shenanigans down here, and get them uploaded. It takes a lot of time. Now, last Saturday, some of you will know I had a bit of a meh. I uploaded it, I thought it was all good to go. It was about midday-ish maybe. And then I went back on to take like the thumbnail to share over on Instagram and realised it was only at 49 minutes and thought there's something wrong here. Long story short, it hadn't uploaded properly. I had to take it down. I had to mess about with me computer for ages and then re-upload the whole thing. Ergo, I lost pretty much most of my day. I only get 2 days off work. I want to spend that stitching, not uploading films. Says she in a Steven Spielberg. Uploading YouTubes. So I thought I'll give it a go. We'll see how it pans out. You might hate it. It might totally tank. It might be where it's too much for me to do it weekly. I don't know. We'll give it a go. So we'll see what we've got for a week. I have got a few piles, so hopefully that is enough to fill a floss tube. I've also got, firstly, welcome to you all. I should have said that at the very beginning. I'm so rubbish at these intros. Massive welcome to all my subscribers, those that have been with me from the beginning, those I've picked up along the way, and those who are brand new, and those who have just accidentally landed here. If you have, you should know this is a cross stitch about channel. That's how it rolls in my world. This is a channel about cross stitch, only it feels like Beadle's about sometimes. There used to be a programme in the 80s with Jeremy Beadle, and he would like do daft things in the public eye and play tricks on people. But yeah, hopefully, mainly my floss tubes kind of can end up along those lines. If you're looking for a professional, go and see Katie from So Tattered. I is not. Katie actually is a professional stitcher as well. Well, she's not, but she's what I would call a proper stitcher. She does amazing stuff. Anyway, squirrels. There's squirrels everywhere in my life. Justsewsherrie from this week. There's a couple of people know because, well, me stitchy girls, me stitchy besties, they know, because I told them. I have, it appears, a tendency to sleepwalk. Now, as you know, I live alone. I don't have cameras in my house. I quite often only know what I've done either when I vaguely wake up and sort of become aware and think, what am I doing? You know, when you have those few seconds in the morning when you wake up and you're not quite sure where reality is. I mean, to be fair, that's my life. I never know where reality is. But so it's either when I sort of come to during the night and then I can quite often the next day when I wake up, I haven't thought about it, and it'll be as I'm going through my day, a little memory will pop up, and I'll think, oh, that's right, I was doing such and such. The other time I know that I've been sleepwalking is when there are results. This week there were results the following day. I don't know whether it was the following day or a couple of days later, because I didn't find it. Well, I found it when I found it. I have got an oven. Most people have them, right? So my oven is just a standalone oven, very bog standard. It's got a grill at the top and an oven at the bottom. It's got like dark glass in it, in both windows. So the grill at the top, you have a grill pan that you put well, as it happened, I had been cooking bacon, so where you put your bacon or your sausages or whatever on, and it slides back under the grill. Yes, grill pan. I was in the kitchen. I can't remember if it was Tuesday, Wednesday. It was sometime during the week. And I was doing something, I turned around and I caught my eye on something in the glass window of the grill, and I thought, what's that? And it looked like aluminium foil, or aluminum foil, as you ladies say in America, all sort of wrapped up. So quite often if I've got, I'm trying to think what I cook with foil. So if I'm cooking a trout, I usually put a generous dollop of butter in and wrap it all in tin foil and stick it in the oven. So it just looked like that. It looked like creased tin foil in the glass. What's that? What have I been cooking? I'm thinking, I haven't had any fish. So I opened the drawer and looked in and thought, what the hell? Had to pull the grill pan out. I had wrapped the grill pan in a black plastic bin liner. Quite nicely. It had all tied up and pulled and all flattened down and then put back in the grill. Thank God I didn't turn the grill on. 9 times out of 10, well, now it'll be 10 times out of 10. I always pull the grill down and then turn it on at sort of at around the same time, pull the door open, turn it on. If I had turned that on without realising, it could have been quite significant. The only thing I can think was I had been cooking bacon. And I remember thinking, oh, I'm going to need to wash that. And I must have put it away and forgotten all about it. I've obviously decided that I've got loads of money, which I haven't. So I can just, instead of washing these things, we'll just bin them and get a new one. No. So that was this week's Justsewsherrie. Then there were more. Not quite as bad, but there were more. The following morning, I got up and it wasn't this cup, but it was on my bedside drawers. There was a full cup of tea. Cold, obviously. And when I saw it, I had that vague recollection of, oh, I just fancied a cup of tea. And I think I've been thought I was getting up during the night and I've made me cup of tea. It's the first thing I do in the morning is come downstairs, put the kettle on for a cup of tea, let the cats in, and have me cup of tea. It's the first thing I do. I'm British. I live on tea. No, and there's a lot of British girls who live on coffee, but I live on tea. And it was, what a waste, because it looked like it'd been a proper cup of tea as well. It looks like I'd made it right. The following morning, again, not as bad as the bin liner shenanigans, but I've got a spare, what are these called? Office chairs. I got one off work, which is no good for us. And I still don't know what to do with, so it's just being pushed from pillar to post at the moment, and it's sitting in my bedroom. And I had a, what do you call it, like a fleecy blanket on it, and the cats sit on it. When I got up the third morning, this blanket had been ruffled up. It was all pulled out and ruffled and messed, and and lying sort of spread out on the floor beside my bed. And I've got a vague recollection of feeling like the fleece against my skin. I don't know whether I've got up through the night and not been able to find my dressing gown and pulled that around us, or I've been sleeping on the floor. I don't know. This is not the first time I've sleptwalked, but it's the first time I've done it consistently, and it's the first time I've done it with potentially quite dangerous results. The last time it kicked off really bad, I ended up with the GP and she said I had to put child locks on my cupboards. No, I don't want child locks all over my cupboards. So, but Rachel Talking Dog was telling me that theirs is magnetic, so I think I'm going to look at getting some magnetic. Not that that's going to help with the grill. Watch this space. I will keep you posted if we have any more. I mean, I've got some stuff going on in my life, so it's probably anxiety related, I would imagine. But, yeah. Got me a cup of tea and I'm awake, apparently. So, let's crack on with this week's floss tube. I have got some wonderful Stitchy kindness. I've got some thank yous. Excuse me. I've got a finally, properly, fully finish. I've got some new starts. I've got some whips. I've got a couple of gifts, not much. And I've got some projects that I've kitted up that I thought I'd show you. Because they're kind of what I want to get to. And thank you for everybody who, excuse me, sort of says, oh, your back looks sore, or what have you done to your back? And, I can't remember who was giving us the advice, but she said, put a pillow under my knees. No, it's fine. I've got lots of problems with my spine, but I've got arthritis in it, basically, so it hurts a lot, and there's some days it hurts more than others. But that pillow under the knees is a really good idea, and I'm gonna give that a go, because that's not something I've tried before. Thank you, massive thank you to Betsy, who bought me a cuppa. Again, not needed, but massive thank you. Cheers, Betsy. I don't drink, but I love me tea, so I'm thinking of you as I'm having me cuppa. There was another thank you to notes. I need me notes. It's to Betsy. It was, oh man, I can't edit. Don't know how to. The only thing I can do is stop and start again. We'll go on to the Stitchy kindness. The thank you will come to me, I'm sure. Oh, Rhonda! See, I knew it would come to us. Rhonda! She gave me a super thanks on YouTube and said to buy a new pattern. So massive thank you, Rhonda. This woman is so kind. So kind. And then comes to my third thank you, which is to a wonderful lady called Laura from Costa Rica, which is very continental for me. And she sent me a package, and I had quite forgotten about it. So she was coming over with her husband for the Champions League final, which was at Wembley in London. And she'd said to me, it was a couple of months ago, she reached out and said, oh, I'd love to meet up for a cuppa. I was like, so would I, but it's about an 18-hour round trip for me. So unfortunately I can't make it. But what she did do was send me a little package, and I'll show you. Right, I'll show you these. I got some sweets. And I got some more sweets. The bag is well open. There are very few sweets left. So these are Costa Rica sweets. They are lovely, as the results show. I couldn't wait. I can hang on to Stitchy stuff, but I cannot hang on. If anybody ever wants to get around us, sweets. Sweets are my downfall. I absolutely love sweets. I do love crisps as well, but sweeties. But she also sent me a cup, and this is of the National Theatre in Costa Rica. So I will be having my cuppa in that. Laura, thank you so much. And what else she sent me was, she went to, it was the Steel City Stitches. Let me have a look. Steel City Stitches in Pittsburgh. And she made these as table gifts. So these are needle holders. And it has a needle minder on the back. Costa Rica. And you know, I think that's a fab idea for a needle minder. It's got like a little pocket in, but for just hooking your needles in, I think that's a brilliant idea. Definitely a very brilliant idea. And I got she calls them keychains. I think you call them keychains in America. We call them key rings here. And this means pure life in Costa Rica, and it's something they say all the time. Now, weirdly, my daughter was at my house. Not weirdly, she was at my house. Actually, it is quite weird because she's never here. But my daughter had come round. I think I mentioned last time she was on a whirlwind stop in between San Francisco and Greece. And she walked in and I had my stuff out. And she went, "Oh, that means pure life." I was like, "Yes, it does, Courtney." Because she spent some time in South America, the first leg of the tour that she started, which was, God, maybe about 3 years ago now, seems like forever ago. But she learned the language, she stayed and did a little bit of travelling in South America. So that was quite sweet. And she also followed Annie, the proper stitcher. She followed her tutorial and made me some scissor fobs. This one was the first one she made, and it's with the colours of the Costa Rican flag. I love that. Costa Rica. I love saying that. I think I'm continental, and I'm really not. And I love this. Aren't they fabulous? And I got such a nice note. I won't show you it, but just kindness personified. Laura, even when my daughter, I hope you don't mind, but I let my daughter read the note, and she was like, "Oh, Mum, that is just so lovely." And I was like, "Yeah, no, Courtney," and it just, if anybody ever doubts human nature, start a floss tube, because I guarantee you won't be doubting it afterwards. The kindness out there from people is just unreal, and I am blessed beyond compare. Absolutely wonderful. And yeah, those sweets will be definitely properly finished very, very, very soon. Okay, my finally fully finish. It's a bit of a cheat because all I did was I'd done these where, finished this off where I'd snipped the middle. Yeah. So and all I did was I cut this out. I got this fabric from now what did they call it? Bricante? The cowslip workshops? And I said it to someone, "It's Bricante." And this woman, she was dead funny. Well, she was a young girl. I'm saying young girl, in her mid-20s. That's a young lass to me. She went, "Just means jumble sale, Sherrie." I was like, so when you're in Cornwall, it's very posh, and you have Bricantes. Up here in the northeast, we have jumble sales. But anyway, I think it was more of an antiques fair, and I bought a thing with different material, fabrics and things like that in. So all I did was cut this out with Pinking Shears that I've got. And this is, it's a Primrose Cottage, Summer Wishes and Bumblebee Kisses. And I just popped the little bee on there, little bee charm on. I call them light bulb pins. I don't know what they're meant to be called and what the official name is. Maybe light bulb, probably not. I've probably just made it up. But that just finishes that. And this fabric was just, it was a cheap fat quarter set that I got from the range. The range is like a fairly, it's not like a cheap, it's not like a pound shop, but it's like a very basic type shop. I don't know how to describe it. If you're from the UK, you'll know what the range is, I would imagine. So that is my finally fully funny finish. Funny finish? Yeah, we're getting there. New starts. Sleeping Bag Man. I've just, I think there's trouble at mill. Trouble at mill. So if you haven't been here for any of my floss tubes, there was a man that I always see very early in the morning in the garden over the back from me. And I think he's camping in the garden, or I think he has been camping in the garden. And we caught him hanging out I say we, because you were with me when we saw him hanging out his quilt over the line. Or, what do you call it in America? Eider down? Duvet? I don't know, whatever. And then there was a sleeping bag getting hung over the line. He's definitely camping out. I don't know whether he's in a tent or in a shed because my tree is in the way. I'm thinking about chopping the tree down, not just so I can see his tent, but the tree's going to come down anyway. So we might find out more. But last Saturday it was glorious. And in the afternoon, I was late morning, early afternoon. I could hear the lad that lives there having a right go with him. Saying, well, I'm not buying you another set. You've had your last. I'm not doing it. Just not doing it. Not amused. There was lots of F words in there as well. He was not happy. And I haven't seen much of him since. But I will keep an eye out for Sleeping Bag Man. Mark my words. I will keep watch and keep you all updated and informed. I am new start. So again last Saturday when I did my last floss tube I said I was going to start zinnia. Now I got this wrong. So this is from my friend Shelley's birthday new start. And I thought her birthday was on the 1st of June, which was last Saturday. But it turns out it wasn't. It was on the 2nd of June and I'm just rubbish. Now, her and Rachel, Talking Dog, are doing Bellatrix. It's a Bella Filipina. I was saying Raven Queen. It isn't. I've got Raven Queen, which is a mirror chart. And I think it's the equivalent of the Bellatrix to me, anyway. But she is bright pink. So, because I had the 3 mirrors and 1 Bella on the go, I didn't want to start a new biggie. So I said, well, I'll hop in. I want to do some of the Bewitching Pixies, so I'll hop in with the pink one. So I'm starting Zinnia. And then it turns out, because I thought I'd got it wrong, Shelley and Rachel were quite happy to make the start on the Saturday. So I ended up having a rush job and doing the start on the Saturday after all. So I am doing it on... I'm doing it with all the called for bright pinks, and I'm doing it on Sparkly's Bubblegum, and this is the start. So, I've got 2 needle minders on there. More Midnight Wanderings, who knows. So this is the start. So I've just started on the pole and then started at the top doing it's like wings around a skull. I am doing it with all the called for DMC, and this is on it's a 32 count. We had this conversation, didn't we, about mirror and the fact that I was doing them on 32 counts, and for me the threads weren't sitting right. I got a couple, so I was asking you what you thought. A couple of ladies said that they do it on 28 count over dyes and it works out quite nice. Another lady said, why don't you try it with a one thread 32 count over dyed? And weirdly, she put the comment on within an hour of me starting this. So I am doing this 1/2. It's a 32 count, obviously it's an over dye fabric. I'm doing it 1/2. So it is not as full as, trying to get it close to the camera. It's not as full, but, oh, I've just stuck my needle minder to my laptop. So you can see there in the wings, you can see slightly through it. Now because of the nature of what it is, it's like what I would call a Halloween-y piece. I think it'll be fine because I think it'll be like ethereal. Is that the right word? Like a little bit transparent, a little bit see-through, a little bit ghostly. I'm going to see how it goes. So thank you very much for the tips and the advice. Much, much, much appreciated. Because I thought, well, this is a little one. I'll see how it goes. I'm going to do it all. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm going to do it all in 1/2 now. I'm going to go with it and I'm going to see what it looks like at the end. And that will likely dictate what I do going forwards. Because I don't have enough on the go, enough new starts on the go, I randomly felt like I needed a new start. So, this was one of the ones I showed you last week. The Artsy Housewife Pretty Bird. I love the colours in this. As it happened, I happened to have the called for fabric in, which is 36 count parchment by Weeks. Although this, I'm totally lying here, you know. This is meant to be 32 count straw by Weeks. Something else, I've kitted up with parchment that it is the called for. I am using all the called for DMC. Yeah, DMC it calls for. And this is my start. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if it's picking up the colours. Let me just shut that blind a little bit. Again. This is beautiful, and I mean beautiful. So I'm doing it on 36 count parchment by Weeks. 1/2. I love it, I love it, I love it so much. That was a Steph from Just Keep Stitching moment, wasn't it? Love it, love it, love it. Loving it like that. That's what I say. Just. You know when you get those stitches that you just think, yes, nailed it. Colours, fabric, threads, nailed. I am going to love stitching on that. Love, 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 love. They're my new starts. I need to, now Sally from flossysewsandgrows was laughing, it was a little while ago, she said, I'd love to know how many new starts you've got, because the chances are I think you might have 50 the same as me, and so me Sarah. I did count them and I think at the time I had about 19, so I may well have 24-ish, and we're in June, so I could well be on for 50 and 50, who knows. And if anybody does want to follow there or join in with their Sal, they're doing Fun for 50, I think it's called Fun for 50 Sal, I think I think. If not, go over and watch Somi Sarah or Sally, Flossy Sews and Grows, and you'll get all the details of there. Next one, Heart in Hand, Floral Etchings 2. I did Floral Etchings 1 on 32 count ballet slippers. We could discuss this. I wanted to do it on the same, but I didn't have it in, so I'm doing it on 40 count ballet slippers. I lied. I came across 32 count ballet slippers this week when I was looking to kit something up. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. I'm doing this with all of the called for over dies. And I got a little bit further. So this is much smaller compared to the one I did on 32 count, naturally. So it looks like a much littler stitch, and yet it's not. I mean, littler small as in size, but what I mean is it looks like there wasn't as much stitching as last year's, but there is. Now, I know I have not finished off that little leaf there, I know I have, but I didn't want to start a new thread to have to then either have half thread hanging around or bin it for no reason. So I usually check what I've got coming up, and I do have the same thread coming up in the third flower, so I'll wait till I start the green on the third flower and I'll go back and do the green on the middle flower. It's just, for me, it's a way of being more mindful about threads I'm using. You know, not just wasting threads. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Loving it like that. The variegation in this, is it Misty Mauve it's called? No, Jakey Brown. Jakey Brown. In the pink is gorgeous. I think that's the difference though. When you do it smaller, you don't quite see the variegation as much, because there isn't as much variegation, because you're using less thread. Yep, yep, yep. Okie doke. That is my whip. And we've got another one. Oh, I haven't got the... Yes, I have. July Quaker. These are forming the backbone of my 24 and 24. June left home. June packed its bags and off skied. So we're doing July. And I think I got quite far. Now I have replaced one of these colours. So I'm doing alright with that. I think, in my humble little opinion, it's coming on. Again, they look like really small stitches, and they're not, it's just because it's, well, this is 22 count hard hanger, so the same amount of stitches, it's just a lot smaller, but I replaced the red, so instead of the Cherry Cobbler DMC, sorry, start again, DMC 3777, I am doing it with 3705, DMC 3705, and it's lovely. It's coming out really, really, really nice. So I'm hoping that'll be finished in the next week or two. July. July, July. I might even be on it. I probably shouldn't say that, because I've probably just jinxed myself that it's never going to happen. Another one of my little ones, me 24s in 24s, which I started a couple of weeks ago, Christmas, a wee bird. This has turned into my work stitch. So the last couple of days I've just been picking it up at lunchtime at work and doing a little bit on it. But these stitch up fairly quickly. What on earth? What on earth? So it's coming on. It's a lovely little stitch this. So I'm doing this on 36 count Winter Moon by Zwygart, with all of the called for, I think. Oh, apart from the ecru, which is just the little trim around his hat. Although now that I've got the red in, because I was changing the ecru out because it was the same colour as the fabric. But it's pretty much enclosed, so I might go with it. We'll see. I'll see when I get there, but that won't be. I'll have that done very, very, very soon. So that is the third one of my wee birds that I'm doing on me 24 and 24. We're sort of halfway through the year now, aren't we? And my 24 and 24 is looking not great. Because I wanted to have them started and finished in 2024. Yeah, no, the only ones I've completed are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've only completed 7. That's a lot. I'm going to have to ponder on that some more when I come to the end of the year, and I come to 2025, thinking about 2025. I'm going to have to rethink my plan. Not even, I haven't even had the summer and I'm already on 2025. Wind your neck in, Sherrie. So, next one I've worked on this week is the wonderful Stacey Nash Mary Robards Pocket. I love this. I love this. I love it. I love it. And I just picked my own threads and fabric. I picked 36 count Steinbeck by Needle and Flax, and I'm using it with Weeks Lancaster Red, and I am not far away. It is coming on. So this week I have pretty much managed to do, now I forgot to show you this. This was the whip that I forgot to show you last week. So the last time you saw it, it was halfway through this second line. By last week, I was pretty much towards the end of the numbers, I think. So this week, I've done all of this bottom bit. Now, it looks like I'm nearly finished here, but there's still quite a bit of stitching to go. There's still all these triangles at the bottom, and a couple of big triangles. So there's a little bit of stitching left. I hope to have that finished this week. But I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. And I'm going to try and finish it as she has. I'm going to try and finish it. Sarah Stonehouse. You might become my Zoom, how the hell do I do this, partner. Because I haven't got a clue. I can do the stitching, but I can't do the finishing. I am going to give it a go though. It's doing it as a pocketbook or something like that, something where it's like flat but with fabric on the other side, like a housewife type thing. Love it, love it, love it, love it, loving it like this. I'm doing lots of loving this time, aren't I? That sounds a bit dodgy. Yeah, I was thinking last week, you know, when I watched it back and I was talking about Jem, my little wounded soldier, all I could think was, thank God I'm not a man. If I'd said that as a man, you might have been quite concerned about what I was talking about. Next whip, which is, yes, it's a whip, but it's kind of a mini finish as well. And some of you, if you follow me on Instagram, will have seen it. It is my Owl Forest embroidery patchwork calendar. Now I've been working on this since back end of last summer, beginning of autumn, maybe September-ish. I'd have to have a look through me Book of Days 2023 to see when I started it. But I got another square finished, and the square I finished was this one. So with the bumblebees, I still think they look like big wasps. I think it's because of the feet. I think. Anyway, it's meant to be, is it meant to be August? Yes. So this is it in its entirety. And I know a lot of people on Instagram were admiring the variegation, and it's just stunning. It really is. Although I've got a bone to pick with yous. Yous lot are meant to be my proof stitchers. Look what I spotted. Here. This little triangle on the edge of the lilac and lime. He is missing. For God's sake, remind us to go back and do it, will you? I don't know how or why or where. And I mean, obviously I've picked this up quite a lot since then, and I only spotted it this week. But that is my patchwork calendar. Four more to go. So I have started the next square as well, but very, very, very little start. It was just to get the bones plotted in for when I want to actually stitch on it. But this is going to naturally stay in my rotation. Now, was it LD Stitches, I think she said? Well done for keeping this up. And I was like, do you know what? Thanks, because I'm genuinely amazed that I haven't got bored of it and moved it on, but I haven't. Oh, I can hear Amber. Amber lives next door. I can hear her coughing. I hope I'm not waking her up. And that is all my stitching. Ka-ching! Ka-ching. I don't know where that came from. So, what have I got left? I have got a couple of things that I've kitted, a couple of gifts. And then our time will be done. Very, very, very quick one. That was anyway. I have kitted up. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I have kitted up Faith. You can have faith, faith, faith. And the next one is Hope, that has come out. So I am kitting it up with, this is a 36 count. I don't know the name of the colour. I got this from Floss Friends UK, Linda, who runs the Simpligand? What's the Simpligand? The Sampler Guild. Yeah. So I'm not sure what colour it is, but I got it from her. Ask Linda if you want to know. I am switching the colours. because it was meant to be 831 is the golden olive colour, this bit, and I didn't like it, so I have switched it up for 834. Is it 834? 834. And still using the same blues though. I just didn't like it, so I just didn't. I'm getting wild. I mean, my mum and dad will tell you I've always been wild, but I'm getting proper wild with all my stitching changes up. Next one. I am not starting the biggie, so don't get excited. Oh! What on earth? Put the pattern in the wrong one. Wonder how it all goes madness. Right, Ivory Godfroyd. Godfroyd? I'm not starting the big one, but I am going to start this little needle book. So I have been getting my stuff together for it. I have decided I must get some new rings, some new binder rings. Now this is a really gentle palette. You can see. See, I can't even show you that is rubbish. I'm going to get some binder rings and I'll show you again next week. But I'm doing it on a 36 count, and this is like a very pale blue. And I got this from Megan Coffee Crafts, I think in one of the advent calendars, because it's just a teeny piece of 9x12. Oh, I know, it'll have been in the mystery bundle boxes that I was getting off her last year. I'll get a binder ring for the colours and show you that properly next time, because it deserves to be seen. I have also kitted up Sophia Church, La-di-da. Love this. Been looking at this for ages and ages. Now this is the one that I had the cold for fabric, which is 36 count parchment by weeks. So I've got that, and again I've got all the colours. Chin chin, but I will, there, that's better. This will be lovely when I get it sorted properly. I'll show you. I was just thinking I might, never mind. Right, we're there. The other one I've kitted up is Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. Now I know Rachel's going to have this in her online talk and dog shop. Now I did the stitch along for Hive Rules last year, and it started in March and ran till, was it September? Whatever 6 months is. So I was thinking I might do this along the same vein. I might do it like sort of try and do this bit in a month, this bit in a month, this bit in a month. I was trying to do it in 6, so I can start on the 1st of July for Christmas in July, and split it into months, so that the last bit is done the 1st of December. The pattern doesn't work to split into 6, so I'm going to need to think about that, how I do it. But I have started kitting this up, and I am thinking about doing it on, let me know what you think, thinking about doing it on, is it Stormy Clouds? And these were the threads that I got from Peakside this week. So I've started kitting that up. Well, it is kitted up. I think I'm going to do it on that storm cloud because it's a grey. It looks like a grey that it's on. And I tried to do like a floss toss with my other fabrics, and none of it, just none of it. Don't know. I wasn't settling on any fabric at all. We will see. That is that. That's all. Me fully finish. Finally fully finish, I should say. New starts, whips, kits, gifts. I haven't got much left. Very little left. Because of Mary Robbard. Where is she? Where's our Mary? Our Mary Robbard. I fell in love with I've loved every single stitch of this. I've been thinking, as I do, around the sort of the psychology of why do I like doing this cross on this stitch and not on that cross on that stitch? Because they're all just crosses, so they're the same stitch. So why do I like doing some patterns and not others? Is it the pattern? Is it the fabric? Is it the thread? What makes the difference? Yes, there's an amount of, do I want to do fill-in stitching? Something like that. Yes, that comes into play. But I've discovered mainly it's the fabric. It's the, we talked about this last time, it's the going through the fabric. So I suppose it's all three, the pattern, the stitch and the fabric. But because I'm enjoying that so much, I ordered some more. So I got a fat quarter of 40 count Steinbeck. So I went for a 40 count because the 36 count is really lovely. It's quite, it's got quite a wide, yeah, it's got quite an open weave. So I thought the 40 count might be quite nice as well. So I went for 40 count. If you can see much, oh, you can see there. There's quite a bit of variegation in there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It's more of a grey, I think. In fact, it is. I'm going to show you quickly alongside. So it's more of a grey compared to the one I had, the little one I had. So there's always going to be variations because they are not uniform, and that's why we like them. And my other is kind of a half kit. In fact, it is. It's a kitted up bar tooth threads, and a gift to me, from me. Look at this. Feast your eyes on that. Feast your bloody eyes on it. Isn't that just bloody gorgeous? This is from Pauline at Sobe Bags on Instagram. It's a fabulous size, the bags she does. And it's got some lovely little polka dots on the inside, different colours as well, which is quite nice. I love this. And this is Liberty fabric. And I mean, what's not to love? Liberty, French General, William Morris. My heart is worn. And in here I am going to keep, now this is it's an Italian linen. I think it's a 40 count Italian linen. So soft. And I got this from Linda. It's got a name, but I can't remember it. And I'm going to do Sarah Fletcher on this. So this is going to be for my friend Patty, her birthday stitch. Yeah, Veriswas. I'm waiting for two. Got an ongoing fight with Patchwork, not Patchwork Rabbit at all. Patchwork Rabbit I am not fighting with. I've never had any fights with Patchwork Rabbit. They're fabulous. I don't know why I said that. 1, 2, 3 stitch. I'm at the point of taking out a legal dispute with them. I am. I'm halfway between still being furious and sick of being furious because it's taken up too much energy and giving up. But I'm determined I'm not going to give up. Anyway, what was I saying? So I've got the other two silks in my cart at 123 Stitch. If anybody in the UK knows where I can get these from, please, in the UK, please tell me. Because I'm at the point where I don't think I'll ever order from 123 Stitch again. The customer service is just atrocious. Not amused. Anyway, I'm not gonna end on a bad note. But isn't that fabulous? And isn't it a fabulous bag? So me and my friend Patty are starting that on 31st of July. Yeah, so I'm going to have a few new starts again. A few new starts. Right. I think we are about at the end. Is there anything else? There is something else. Hang on. I'm back. I did me Linda Carter Wonder Woman turn around in a single second and I'm back. Had to go and find my glasses as per, and I'm going to show you my glasses as well. These are my, I mean, I feel très chic. I broke my glasses, and these are my work glasses, these are my computer glasses. I look like, who was I talking to yesterday? Someone from work, and I was saying I need to get a plaster and wrap it round like Jack Duckworth on Coronation Street. Show me age again. Because I know all of you think I'm only 25 really. So, what bits did I forget? It was the giveaway. So the giveaway last week was for Farmer and Honey of a Tiny Town. That's right. So because I'm here in a week, and I know you wouldn't have been expecting it, I'm not going to pull the draw. I'm not going to pull the winner, pick the draw. I don't know. I'm not going to do it yet. So normally I would leave it a fortnight, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to leave it a fortnight. So I'm going to do another one today, but that will only be up for a week. So I will make the draw for all three. I'll make the draw for the other two from the other video. Don't put the words in this video. I'm not going to pick them from this video. If you want Honey of a Tiny Town or The Farmer by Cottage Garden Samplings, you'll need to go back to my last video to stick it in there, because I'm not going to draw the winner from here. I will, however, draw a winner, and so you've only got a week for this. Lavender and Lace. This is called Serendipity. I love that word. I love that. I do. I love that word. I love this chart. Now this was donated by Val. Massive thank you to Val. You can see I don't want to part with it. I don't really want to part with it. But I've got hundreds of charts. I need to be ruthless. I need to be a little bit ruthless. It's hurting. This is painful. This is very, very painful. So yes, I am. No, Sherrie, give it away. Give it away. Give it away. Thank you, Val. And the word we will choose for this is, we'll choose pain. P-A-I-N. So, P-A for Alpha, I-N. That's a rubbish giveaway word, but it's how I feel. Yeah, we'll choose pain. So 1 week, you have 1 week. I will do the draw on next Saturday, which is the what date? 15th of June. Which reminds me, a very quick shout out yet again to Rachel, Talking Dog Stitcherie, who who's opening her online needle workshop next Friday, the 14th at 5 p.m. I thought it was the 15th, but it's not. It's 14th at 5 p.m. Watch this space, and let's all support her. And I'm going to put me broken glasses on, which unfortunately Rachel can't help with. And final thought for today comes from the absolutely incredible, wonderful woman, Maya Angelou. And it's with all you lot in mind, and me, it's with creatives in mind. So she said, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Bye for now.